hero. I wanna be a hero.
Oh, the hero comes, I can hear the drums and a horse is drawn to the kingdom come through the pale moonlight. Our hearts ignite to the call. Oh, claim your prize for a crown of stars. In the name of love, be the sacrifice. You and I will stand and fight our backs to the wall.
Ah yes, Episode 5 is finally coming to the global servers for PSO2. Along with Episode 5 comes a lot of content. It's easily the largest episode to date in terms of content added and balance adjustments made. One of those additions is also the cause of the balance updates. Indeed, I am talking about Hero. Ah yes, Hero, the biggest villain to ever be introduced to this game. Everybody loved it. Everybody hated it. Everybody wanted it. Nobody ever wanted it to exist. Its release was the sole cause of the biggest upset in the game since the Sugu incident that limited the chain trigger finisher to only twin machine gun PAs and forced a damage cap of 999,999 on quests to be added. So, what's up with Hero? When it was first introduced, it was way stronger than any of the classes, and was clearly meant to be a replacement for all the others. It had the power, it had the iframes, it had the PP management, and more than anything, it was fast. The fastest class to exist. There was no drawbacks to playing Hero on release, aside from being the same as literally everybody else. The skill tree was small and simple to fill in, virtually everybody was the same. After many a complaint, the other classes got their buffs. At the very least, the balance for classes in the West has already been patched up to date with the most current balancing of Episode 6, so this isn't a story that has to be repeated, fortunately. But with that said, I can still expect Hero to be quite popular amongst the West for its unique playstyle and ability to cheese things. I'm going to be doing my own separate video on the rundown of the Hero class all to itself, as there's actually a lot to cover with the class, and this video would easily be over a half hour if I wanted to make its tree, weapons, photon arts, and such into this video. So do stay tuned for watching that video soon. This video is going to mostly be an overview with greater details surrounding the new content ahead, what to expect, and what gear you should be looking for to be ready for the episode 6 drop coming later this year. To start with, let's talk about a very big and important feature that is finally seeing the light of day on Global, the Unit Skill Edition. You can now, finally, add the left rings to your 12-star or higher units. To do so is rather easy, but it does require a small bit of Meseta fee as well as some lambda grinders. The rings that you attach to your units will match the grind level of the ring, so I'd recommend maxing them out before adding them to your units, unless it's something like the Slow Fighter Action Ring, where it doesn't really change the skill's performance based on the level. Skill rings added to units do not also put the bonus stats from the grinding onto your units, however. If Global keeps up with their episode 6 balancing ways as they have been, then adding your skill rings to your units should not consume the ring in the process, but there was a time when it did, so make sure that you check on that feature before you accidentally yeet a ring onto a unit that you're going to be replacing soon enough. Speaking of replacing units, more 12-star units are to come, introducing the Buster Quests. This is an overglorified but still fun game of tower defense. You can set up your battlefield how you want by changing the type of support equipment on the ground. Discuss with your party and make sure you get it set up the way that you like it to increase your success odds. There's a lot to be covered on this topic as well, so I may do a guide on these in their own video as well. But you should be looking forward to getting the Evletta, or in the NA version now is going to be called Evilda, I believe, for the weapons or units. And make sure you pick up all your Cleasis boosters and spell boosters as well, as you'll be needing to make these 13-star weapons in order to prep yourself for the 15-star weapon series coming up at the end of episode 5 as well. Which leads to our next topic, the new free field, the Enchanted Forest! This new free field can be ran much like your typical ultimate quest, just wandering in a square with other people, hoping your party leader doesn't just, completely be an inconsiderate jerk and doesn't pass on the party leader to the next person before abandoning the quest and takes you with them, and then you just wanted to stay there and get more loot. But seriously, can we, stop doing that? Anyways, assuming things line up, and again, they don't always line up, so take drops and stuff like that with a grain of salt when listening to a suspected in-game content based off of the version that already exists with these updates. But if they do line up, then you should be able to get all those juicy 14 stars that you wanted out of the episode 4 EQs, such as the Spread Needle, the Akatsuki, the Eternal Psycho Drive, Kazumi no Tachi, and more. You may even encounter some new weapons, some 14-star weapons called the Demonia series weapons that were built exclusively for Hero. Like Buster Quests, the new type of enemy will spawn here that are called quote-unquote supernaturals, I assume to evade any religious-based complaints, keeping in the original name, which was demons. They will also drop the demon set weapons based around the enemies that you kill, along with the stones to upgrade those 13 stars to their second form. You'll also be needing these weapons here to upgrade to the previously mentioned 15-star weapon series later. Now let's talk about the real big daddy of drops, the Crimson Evil Dragon, or as the trigger name implies, they'll be calling it the Crimson Fellworm? Disagreeable naming process aside, this big daddy draggy drops the real goodies. Historia Soul and Omega Reverie, as well as Fabulous Soul, all of which you'll be needing to make an Omega Memoria ability, which is a prerequisite to creating an ability called Mana Reverie, which provides a plus 50 to all attack, plus 20 HP, and plus 4 photon points, all wrapped in one big beautiful ability. It also drops the Val series weapons, which can be upgraded to the 14-star Atlas series weapons, which are amazing. They support SSA sockets 1 through 4, which makes upslotting much easier, as SSAs are always a 100% chance even when upslotting, meaning you gamble less abilities per upslot attempt. SSAs are also generally more powerful than your standard run-of-the-mill stat boosting abilities. There's even ones for utility, if that's more your thing. You'll need 999 of your relevant gold material, as well as 999 sapphires, in order to make this upgrade, along with your time reversal stone Chronos, which the Global has dubbed Chronos Eterna Stone. One of these can be gotten after you plus 35 of all weapon from the title counter, and the other one can also be grabbed from tier 30 on the mission pass coming up, no gold pass required. So get to desynthesizing your unneeded 13-star weapons at the craft terminal in your room. These are the main weapons that you'll be turning into the 15-star Atlas X weapons towards the end of episode 5 as well. So prep these nicely, along with the other weapons. Oh, and the Draggy Boy is also a great X-Cube farm, and has an 80/80 main subclass level requirement, EQ Rematch. The rematch used to only allow you to die 2 times, and then upon a 3rd death, the quest would be failed, no matter who died. Now, they did take this away, so you could be happy with that. The boss itself, though, will still probably require a tutorial all of its own, so watch out for that as well. Dark Blast is also something soon to be released, and is supposedly speaking the worst thing since Hero. I kinda like it though. It's really fun to use, so forget the haters. But there's, once again, so much to cover on this topic that it can really have a video all to its own. I originally planned on having it show up in this one, but after seeing how just the basic details outlining it took about a quarter of this entire video script, I had to cut some time somehow, and this is it. I promise it's worth it. Now, earlier in this video, I mentioned that episode 5 got some cool balance adjustments, and this is going to be the last topic of the video, but you should all be very hyped for this news. All the classes are getting some incredible stuff, such as the level 90 cap increase, which will not only give you 10 more skill points to spend, but you'll also be getting the level 85 skills, and these skills are free of charge. They require no skill points at all, you just need to hit level 85 and get them. I, once again, should have enough content to cover all of this in its own video though. Strange how that keeps working out, but episode 5 truly was the king of adding big content updates. I will also cover the new text and the wand photon art that'll be coming soon in the next video as well. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this overview of things to come. And this covers a lot of the episode 5 content without digging too deep into any spoilers. There will be more EQs to come for sure, and there's even going to be a new solo ultimate quest for those brave enough to really put their skills onto the test. I hope you all find this very useful knowledge, and please do watch for future videos from me, and also feel free to ask questions or make suggestions for content ideas that you would like to see. I'll do my best to help enrich the lives of those equally as passionate about my favorite game series as I am. So, have a good one.
Emergency!